In this video, we shall discuss on how to conduct experiment on synchronous motor to obtain V and inverted V curves. Before going to the experiment, first we need to understand what is V and inverted V curves. Here you can see the variation of IA versus excitation will be in the form of V. So this we can call it as V curve. And then if you plot power factor of synchronous motor versus excitation, you will be getting inverted V. So these two curves has to be plotted after conduction of this experiment. That's the main objective. So in order to do so first you should go with this circuit diagram. Here you can see three-phase AC supply will be given to TPST switch, and then the R phase will be connected to the R phase of synchronous motor through ammeter and then wattmeter. Y phase is directly connected, and then B phase is also connected through wattmeter to the B phase of armature of synchronous motor. So two wattmeters are used in order to measure the power. By going through the real power, you can calculate the power factor by using the equation P is equal to VI cos phi, and then you can look at the field circuit. Field circuit is excited with 220 volts, so that is through ammeter, that is connected to the field through ammeter, and then rheostat. This rheostat has been used in order to control the current flowing through the field. Here we have taken 500 ohm 3 amps. Okay, please consider this changes. This is 500 ohm and then 3 amps rheostat. Initially it is cutting, so the current through the field is less. So if you move towards cutout, current through the field also increases. The current through this circuit will be measured through this DC meter. So firstly we shall go with the connection of this particular circuit. So we can go with the panel. You can see here, this is MCB, and then this is where you can measure the speed. Here you will be getting AC supply, three-phase AC supply. From this MCB you will be getting a DC supply. Here R phase is connected to the synchronous motor armature. R phase is connected to the ammeter. From ammeter it is connected to the wattmeter. From wattmeter it is connected to the R phase of the armature of the synchronous motor. And then Y phase is directly shorted from MCB to the armature of synchronous motor, and then B phase is also connected through wattmeter. So B phase is connected through wattmeter, you can observe here. And then the wattmeter ranges are selected as 0 to 20 amps. Here you can see these two plates are parallel. Parallel means it is set for higher current range. The current range is 10/20 amps. It is set for 20 amps. Here also it is set for 20 amps. Since three-phase supply is given, the V point we have taken it as 600 volts. Okay, you have option for 150, 300, 600. Since you are operating with three-phase AC, you can take it as 600 volts as V point. And then here also it has been taken as 600 volts. So this is what the connection of armature circuit. You can go with the field circuit. Field circuit wants a DC supply. You have to give DC supply from positive of supply to the ammeter positive, and then from ammeter negative to the plus F of the field, and then minus F of the field is connected to the rheostat, where you can have control over the resistance of the circuit, and the rheostat other end is again fed to the supply. So this is what about connection. That it is TPST switch. The TPST switch is nothing but MCB. It is having triple pole, single throw, so you can call it as TPST. Here 4 pole has been taken since you have neutral also. Okay, so if neutral is not needed, then you will be going with TPST, only triple pole. It is having actually 4 pole. First you have to close the MCB. Okay, once you close the MCB, you can look at the speed. Look at the speed, it is around 1499 RPM. Okay, there is a small error in the RPM meter also. You will be getting less than 1500. That's what the meaning, that's what you have to understand. And then the ampere rating of the machine is 7 amps, but it is drawing more than 7 amps because it is acting as an induction motor. Still, only AC supply is given to the alternator. So that is synchronous motor. No DC supply is given. That means it is acting as only induction motor. If you give field excitation, then there will be a magnetic locking between RMF and then rotor, and then it will start to act as a synchronous motor. When you can ensure that it is acting as synchronous motor means after closing the field circuit, this current has to decrease. This current has to come less than the rated current of synchronous motor. Okay, let us go with closing of DC supply switch. Once you close this switch, you can observe this meter now, ammeter. The current is coming less than 7 amperes. Now you can understand that it is acting as synchronous motor. There is no load applied over the motor. Okay, that means you have to go with the no load readings first, and then you have to apply certain load, and then you have to go with the load readings. Okay, you have to kind of take the readings in two modes. One is no load, another one is during load. Okay, first we shall go with no load condition. Now it is having no load over the breakdown. Okay, zero load over the breakdown. The major objective of this experiment to understand the variation of armature current and field current. Okay, here you do not have control over the variation of armature current directly through the load, since you are going with the no load experiment. Okay, so only variation you can get it here is IF. Okay, by varying IF, you have to see that how IA is going to be varied. So the variable you are taking is IF. So by varying IF, you are observing how IA is going to vary. The variation you will be getting in the form of V characteristics. Okay, keep it in mind. You will be getting in the form of V characteristics. How to vary IF? Okay, so in order to vary IF, you have to vary the field resistance. So in order to vary the field resistance, we have used 500 ohm 3 amps rheostat. Initially it is in cut-in. Okay, just move towards cutout. Okay, step by step, and then observe variation of IF and then IA. Now we shall understand how to take the readings. Okay, this is the first reading. So you can see armature current is nearest to 6.5. Approximately we can take it as 6.5. And this is W1. W1 200 for each division is 20. So 240 it is. 240 W1. If you look at W2, okay, it get kicked back. So you have to interchange C and then V. Then it will show the forward reading, positive reading. So actual reading you have to note down as negative. Okay, if you interchange C and V, you have to take it as negative. So you have to take out the C point, and then you have to take out V point here. Okay, you have to interchange both the connections. Okay, now C and V points are interchanged. Now you can observe it is showing reading now. You have to note it as negative. That is 140 it is approximately. Each division is 20. Okay, it is around 140. And then IF. Okay, this is IF. IF is it is connected for 2.5 amps. 2.5 amps. And then you have to go with the lower scale. Lower scale is 0, 0.2, okay, 0.3. After that 0.34 it is. 0.3. So now in the next step you have to vary this field current. Okay, and then you have to observe IA, W1, W2 also. Okay, you have to vary this field current step by step. Now in this reading it is 0.34. We shall make it as 0.36 and then we can note on the next reading. Okay, if we, how we can make it as 0.36. That means you have to increase the current. So initially it is in cut-in. Just move towards cutout. While moving towards cutout, what happens? Resistance decreases. The resistance decreases means current also increases. You can observe here current is increasing. Okay, 0.36. Okay, let us go with the third division after 0.3. Second division. Now it is 0.36. 0.36. Okay, this is the second reading. You can note down. Now armature current decreased slightly. You can observe. Okay, 6.1 in between 6.1 and 6.2. You can take it as 6.1 or 6.2. It is better to take it as 6.2. 6.2. And W1 it is 220. W2 is negative. Okay, it is 140. Like that. You have to continue the variation of this particular rheostat until you will be getting IA decreases up to certain point and then increases. Okay, here you can observe. Okay, if you observe this reading 6.5, 6.2, 3.6, 3.2 amps like that. So at 0.74 amperes it came to 0.8 and then it starts to increases. So you have to get V-shaped curve. That means you should get the complete variation in such a way that you have to vary the IF. Okay, this is without load. Let us see how to conduct the experiment, how to take the readings with load conditions. So the load is 0. Okay, let us apply some load until you will be getting 7 amperes in the armature. Okay, I am applying mechanical load over the breakdown. Okay, by applying the load, you have to look into the applying the load. So please vary the load until it reaches 7 amperes. It is increasing now. Just apply a small amount of load. If it comes to 6.8 also, that is also okay. Now it is around 6.8. 6.8. Okay. Now it is almost about 6.8 or 7 amps, nearest to 7 amps. So now with load condition, you have to vary the field rheostat. Okay. You have to vary the field rheostat and step by step. You have to note down the IF value and then IA value. Okay, that means whatever you have done with the no load condition, you have to repeat the same with this percentage of load condition. Okay, you have to take down the initial reading first. The initial readings are okay, you can observe here. IF is 0.32. IF is 0.32, and then IA is 6.8. 6.8 W1. W1 is 280. W2 you should take it as negative since C and B are interchanged. That is one. It is deflecting between 120 and 140. You can take it as 130. Okay, and then you have to make it as negative. If it kick back again while taking the reading, other readings, okay, again you have to interchange C and B and then you have to note it as positive. So this is the first reading with load condition. So if you continue the variation of the load, variation of IF, step by step like this, you will be getting readings of IA, W1, W2 like this. You can observe here, IA is decreasing initially. Okay, and then after a certain point it will start to increase. You can observe it will decrease up to 2.1 and then it will be increasing. Okay, you have to take the samples in such a way that you have to plot this curve, okay, without load and then with load conditions. Okay, this is for with load. So simultaneously you have to note down W1, W2 values also. So by going through these two readings, you have to calculate the power factor here. So after completion of this experiment, first thing you have to do is you have to release the load. The first thing you have to do is you have to release the load. Now, sir, the loads are released. Loads are released, and then brake is free now. Okay. You have to bring back this rheostat to fitting position. Okay, and then you have to switch off MCB, DC MCB first. Okay, field excitation should be removed. Okay, and then you have to switch off the main AC MCB. You have to follow the exact reverse procedure while shutting down. Okay, so this is how you have to conduct experiment on synchronous motor to obtain V and inverted V characteristics of that particular machine.